Hi everyone, it's Sunflower Spirit here. Welcome to my channel. I just wanted to do an energy update for this weekend. I hope everyone is having a great weekend. Hope you're having a great day so far. Let's just do a quick energy update and see what's going on. What does the collective really need to know? What does everyone really need to know going into this week? Please? Does everyone really need to know going into this week, please? All right. We have the Six of Pentacles. Whoa. We have the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Seven of Wands. So, all right. Then we have the Nine of Wands on the bottom. Okay. So, oh, whoops. And then I have the Hermit too. Here, we'll do it like this. It's like this. There we go. Okay. And the Nine of Wands on the bottom. So yeah, we have a lot going on. It looks like there is kind of a need for stability right now, but it's feeling like a burden. There's a need for stability, feeling like a burden. Still overcoming some obstacles, still trying to overcome some obstacles, trying to get it all balanced out, and really trying to focus on, that introspection, that, kind of going within and using your psychic powers, your psychic ability, your intuition. But there's a little bit of resistance or kind of some change coming up on some change and maybe a little bit resistance to that. Um, so yeah, it looks like you know, there's kind of a need to balance, and this could be coming out of the retrograde. You know, let's see, I think it was the 28th. So yeah, and today is the last day of March. So I think, coming out of this retrograde, that it was pretty heavy energy. It was pretty intense, pretty emotional. And so this is kind of just, I see just kind of like wrapping up the, whatever was going on, whatever was being worked on throughout the retrograde season. And so it's kind of like, now it's kind of like, what do I do with this responsibility? Like I have this responsibility here. I want to, maintain my stability and, you know, my security in life, and I need to balance this out with, everything else. I need to balance out my, my sensitivity with my stability. And, we have the High Priestess here, so it's like there's still some work to be done. Like there's been a lot of work done, but we're still doing a little bit of work, still overcoming some of those obstacles with the Seven of Wands here, still overcoming some obstacles and still needing that time for reflection, for introspection, for, kind of going within to figure out where to go from here. And this is also like, still kind of needing some of that healing, and that's perfectly fine. That's okay. And we do have a little bit of resistance to it, and I think that's normal. I think that's pretty typical human behavior. So I think, and the Nine of Wands too can also be, it might be a little bit of resistance, but what I'm getting also is that the Nine of Wands can be like, we've worked so hard, and so it's kind of like that balancing act. Nines are near completion, so it's kind of like, you know, coming out of this season, it's like we've worked so hard, we've really overcome a lot of obstacles, really like worked through some stuff, really, got to the root of where the healing needs to be. And so it's kind of like in that energy of like, I mean, I don't want to say defensiveness, but it's more of like that assertiveness where you're just like, don't mess with me. Like, I've been through so much and I'm going through so much and I'm not I can't deal with your shit right now, you know? So it's kind of like that. Um, but let's see, I'll pull an energy oracle. This looks pretty good. I think it's going to be okay. I do see, I mean, with the Hermit as the last card here, you know, that's good for like peace and healing. And I do see peace and healing. I do see, you know, a lot of growth in this, and you know, a lot of growth, a lot of personal self-development. I see a lot of like overcoming obstacles. We have these three cards here just show me it's like, yeah, that's like totally the energy of pretty much, you know, everyone who has kind of been going through this. So I'll pull an energy oracle to see if we have any other words of wisdom and advice. And I also wanted to say, you know, when I know my healings, my channel's about healing, and I don't mean that to be like there's something wrong with you and need to work on yourself. Um, the reason why I promote healing is because, not because I think that there's something wrong with you, it's just that my belief that when we come here as humans and we have this human experience, we're kind of, you know, the thing about life is that there's just like a lot of pain that comes with life. There's a lot of pain, there's a lot of suffering, and that's, you know, pretty, I mean, that's pretty like overall the, the consensus of how life is, you know. And I mean, there's other things too, but the reason why I focus on healing is because healing is kind of where, if you want to get to that place within your higher self, like you are going to have to heal some of these old wounds, because a lot of times as humans, and I'm guilty of it too, I'm just as guilty as anybody else on this planet, but we will stuff down our pain, our suffering. And actually, I'll be really honest with you, this retrograde, it brought out some stuff that like I wasn't even like consciously aware of. Like, so now I have this, I'm in this energy of kind of like, oh my gosh, I know I need to deal with this, but I don't want to deal with it, because the way that I had been, you know, dealing with it was like not dealing with it, just avoiding it. And, you know, that's pretty common for people, but you know, when I talk about healing, I really want you to know I do not mean it at all like for, you know, that there's something wrong with you, or that you're not okay the way you are. No, that is not it at all. I was just, you know, assuming, which I guess is not a good thing to do, that if you're, you know, on YouTube watching tarot videos, that you are, um, you know, wanting to dive a little deeper, because that's kind of, for me, that's what tarot is about. It's about going into the subconscious and like drawing out the stuff that we, um, you know, need to need to address in life. And so that's kind of, and then that's kind of like the healing. And then, you know, just from my personal experience, I've been through so much in life. I know from personal experience that when you heal yourself, when you focus on working on your healing and address the pain and the suffering that you have endured in life, that's where you start to kind of like ascend or raise your vibration, or whatever you want to call it. So that's the reason why I focus on healing. So I just wanted to make that clear, because no, I don't think anything is wrong with any of you. I don't think anything is wrong with anybody, but I do believe that, you know, humans are healing machines, and part of healing is addressing things that are difficult and painful, and you know, difficult to deal with. So, okay. So anyway, sorry. I just wanted to get that out of the way. So we have hostilities. 26, that's interesting. Defense is up, aggressive energy. And so the affirmation is, I am receiving the peaceful, harmonious treatment I deserve in my life. I set boundaries, make reasonable requests, and make my expectations clear. Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to say with this Nine of Wands energy. It's not like a defensive energy, it's just more like I really am not going to put up with your BS because I'm going through some stuff myself. And so that's kind of like, and that's totally fine as long as you say it in a, um, as long as you're respectful to the other person when you say that. And so that's kind of like what I was talking about with this hostilities card is it says, I am receiving the peaceful, harmonious treatment I deserve in my life. I set boundaries, make reasonable requests, and make my expectations clear. And that is perfectly reasonable. This is a beautiful message. It looks like this is so cool. I think it's so beautiful how everybody's kind of like, this is the overall energy healing and getting into balance and really getting stability for yourself. I love it. I love it. So I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend and I hope you have an awesome week. I will talk to you guys later.